my name's Joe Carr. I'm living in Austin now. I'm an educator, performing artist, and social justice activist. I do violence prevention work with underprivileged youth, particularly middle and high school boys, teaching skills in healthy relationships, communication, conflict resolution, critical thinking, empowerment. And I'm also one of the founders of the Wake Up Austin community, which is a community of young people that's come together around meditation, social justice work, and sustainable living. But I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri. I grew up in southern Kansas City and went to Center High School, which is literally right behind the Kansas City plant, which is a massive nuclear weapons facility that is run by the war profiteer private contractor Honeywell and produces 85% of the non-nuclear components to the entire nuclear weapons arsenal in the U.S. So a very important plant in our nuclear arsenal facilities. They have proven that there was nuclear material there, and that there's lots of environmental devastation that's happened. So I grew up, we saw that plant all the time. We knew it was some kind of federal facility. I remember when they built a massive wall around the whole facility that they called a flood wall, they said, even though it hadn't flooded there in ever. But they called it, it was near enough the river that they could justify it as a flood wall. And so we knew something was up, and we had all kinds of conspiracy theories about what was there, but we had no idea, of course, of the gravity to what was really happening in that plant. Then sometime in late 2007, we learned that they were planning to close that plant down. And we were like, oh, that's excellent. The problem was they were planning to close it down so that they could build a new facility that was physically smaller, but a much more expanded capacity, and was clearly designed to produce tactical nuclear weapons, or basically low-level nuclear weapons that could be used in conventional warfare as bunker busters or mini nuclear blasts that they could use really anywhere. And so that began a community resistance movement that I'm very proud to have been a part of originally, and very proud to be from Kansas City to hear that it's continued. They brought together environmental activists and assessments to document the incredible environmental devastation. 785 chemicals have been found 50 feet underground. The aquifer has been found to be polluted, which empties into 2 local rivers and has proven to be polluted. 400 plus workers, former workers, have been documented as having work-related illnesses to having worked in the plant. And so there's a variety of lawsuits on the environmental and worker front, but they've been able to delay the construction of the new plant by 2 years now through a federal lawsuit that was recently, unfortunately, dismissed. And so they could break ground on the new facility sometime within the next month. And so now's the time where activists are coming together to really organize around direct action. And this next week is going to be a really significant time in bringing together the community, the investigative reporting that's gone on, the lawsuits, the workers, the environmentalists, and people from my neighborhood who have, essentially been completely contaminated by this facility, both physically but also spiritually, and the amount of death that is being created from these weapons. We have a real concrete opportunity to stop this plant, and that would really put a strong dent in our nuclear weapons program nationally. So we'll keep following that. But really, weapons production is about death, is about creating death, funding death. And when you put resources and funding into death, you're going to get death back. It's about empire and dominance and profit, but fundamentally it's about death. And so we as a resistance movement need to be funding life and focusing on life. And to live is to resist. To live is to create. A person dies, a child is born. The sun goes down, comes back in the morn, so you can mourn the loss of the form, but a new story's written on the page that was torn. 'Cause life brings life, nothing really dies, it only flies beside ancestors in the skies. A rematerialize, only slightly disguised as the flames fly high. My phoenix will rise, yes, seeds germinating like souls reincarnating. It's the tick-tock cycle of life circulating. Newton stated matter's never destroyed nor created, demonstrated in my garden where my dinner is plated. Yeah, food ain't from McDonald's or the the grocery store. That's death that they're selling and you're paying for. Yeah, it's a war on your body and the planet's sore. Why eat ingredients you never heard of before? No, we don't need no chemicals, or we got carbon and nitrogen and oxygen in any combination with hydrogen. Yeah, sun shines fire of life and it's lighting it. Power from the stars, moon, pressure applied to it, and gravity holds us while we spin, and the atmosphere works to keep us in. So tell me, where would it go when life seems to end? It ping-pongs back and begins again. Yeah, new plants grow from the life of the old. The compost, it's the energy decomposed. It all flows in the current with the river of souls. Yeah, skin and bones come back as broccoli and roses, and the beats of old make the songs of today. It comes around on the records we play. The DJ of nature, she won't let it drop. A new record started for the other is stopped. Yeah, life brings life, nothing really dies, it only flies beside ancestors in the skies. Or materialize, only slightly disguised as the flames fly high. My phoenix will rise. I'm a gardener and a real life sustainer. I'm a nurturer and a real educator. I'm a revolutionary fighting for real change, to rearrange the power, make a painting from stains. They got us thinking that pain and death is the norm, fighting over umbrellas in a man-made storm. But I don't conform, I practice real intimacy. I see children filled with tendencies of empathy. So let's build the struggle of sisters and brothers, and as the empire puzzle fumbles, tumbles, and crumbles, yeah, we can pick up the pieces and slowly reassemble, remake the world in the image of each other. Yeah, live by the sword and die by the sword, but you live by love and love will be your reward. You can't afford to waste a moment, your time is short, so choose life and you'll get it back tenfold. Martin foretold the universe bends towards justice. I believe it cause I've seen it and I've learned to trust this. So bust this, people, come on, raise your hands, take a stand, and we'll reclaim and remake the land. Cause life brings life, nothing really dies, it only flies beside ancestors in the skies. Or materialize, only slightly disguised as the flames fly high. My phoenix will rise. Life brings life, sing it with me now. Life brings life, come on, sing it now. Life brings life, nothing really dies. This goes out to my Aethra Bodhisattva of birth. This goes out to my mother who loved me last and first, and to my father and every teacher I ever had, passing down me the knowledge now I place in your hands. Mataki Ausin, we all are relations, all colors blend with others. It's just pigmentation, north, south, east, west, to the four directions. Earth, fire, wind, water, circle of protection. We're all interconnected, our lifelines intersected. The future is projected on windows of the present and reflected. It's the ripple effect, you can detect it. Every action, a reaction greater than you'd expect it. With my feet on the ground, I feel my roots go down to the center of the earth where it wraps around. With my hands up high, I can touch the sky. Like a rocket or a comet, into space I fly. With this love in my heart, I feel every spirit like ringing a bell, and every ear can hear it. When I look into your eyes, I see deep in your soul, and what I see is perfect, complete, and whole. Cause life brings life, nothing really dies, it only flies beside ancestors in the skies. Or materialize, only slightly disguised as the flames fly high. My phoenix will rise, singing life brings life.